Hello dear students. Today we are going to discuss company accounts and the issue of shares. We need to first understand the meaning of a company. So what is a company? A company can be defined as an artificial person, invisible, intangible, created by or under law, with a discrete legal entity, perpetual succession, and a common seal. It is not affected by the death, insanity, or insolvency of an individual member. Next, we should know what are shares or what is a share. A share is a capital of a company which is divided into units or parts of equal amount. Every unit or part is called a share. According to section 2 subsection 84 of the Companies Act, a share means a share in the share capital of a company, and it includes stock. It is an ownership security. Next, we come to what are the different types of shares. There are two types of shares: equity shares and preference shares. So what is a preference share and what is an equity share? When you talk about preference shares are shares which have the right to receive dividend at a fixed rate before any dividend is paid on the equity shares. On the winding up of the company, they have the right to return of capital before anything is paid to the equity share holders. Now, what are equity shares? Equity share is a share which is not a preference share. Thus, this share does not carry any preferential right, or in other words, equity share is one which is entitled to dividend and repayment of capital after the claims of preference shares are satisfied. Come to the types of preference shares. We have the convertible and the non-convertible. Convertible preference shares are shares which can easily be converted into equity shares. Non-convertible preference shares are shares which cannot be converted into equity shares. Redeemable and irredeemable. Redeemable preference shares are shares which are repayable either after a fixed period or earlier at the option of the company. Irredeemable preference shares are shares which are not redeemable and are called irredeemable preference shares. However, the Companies Act 2013 does not permit issue of irredeemable preference shares. Next, we have participating and non-participating. Participating preference shares are shares which are entitled to share in the surplus profit of the company. Non-participating preference shares are shares which do not have a share in surplus profits and on which only a fixed rate of dividend is paid. Next, we have cumulative and non-cumulative. Cumulative preference shares are shares which have the right to receive arrears of dividend before the payment of dividend to equity share holders. Next, we have non-cumulative preference shares. These are the preference shares which do not have the right to receive arrears of dividend. Next, we have shares with callable option. Company has a right to redeem preference shares in between. Such preference shares will be redeemed at a premium if redeemed in between. The company will exercise such option if the rate of preference dividend is falling in the market. Thank you.